Today on Focus on Investing, I show you how to analyze Amazon stock. Time to get focused.
Time to get focused with Focus on Investing.
Welcome to Focus on Investing, where we teach you how to do technical analysis so that you can double your money in the stock market. We release these videos as soon as we record them, so if you've received the notification of this video, then this opportunity is probably still available. If you don't want to miss out on any other future opportunities, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. And if you would like to join us on our mission to double our income, then go to focusoninvesting.io, where we will help you to double your income in 2023. All right, let's get the proceedings proceeding this evening. This is Amazon.com on daily time frame, ticker symbol AMZN. And, the first thing we want to be looking at is the shape of price, the shape of price is the thing that we like to look at what happened in the past. With technical analysis, what happened in the past is likely to happen in the future, right? So we're looking at its past in order for the price movement in the past to give us a story and tell us a story about what's happening with this stock, with this asset, and with this company, right? So first thing we're looking at is what is the overall shape of this asset, which particularly happens to be a stock, right? If we bring up our arrow, the overall shape of price will give us an indication, right? So if we see price is mostly going in an upward direction, that would mean that price or the stock is bullish. If we saw price mostly in down, price will be mostly bearish. And if price was mostly sideways, then we'd be looking at like a sideways market or a consolidated market when it comes to this stock, right? So when we're kind of looking at this, although when we look at this area here, we're looking at like downward movements, this is definitely a bullish area from maybe you'd say the 19th of November till the 12th of May, 2022. You would say that, but overall, I would say that this is more of a sideways chart or a sideways market. And we can see this by, if we get our parallel channel, we can draw two sections here. If I draw this section going across down to here, you can see that all price movement is within one. Even if you can make the channel smaller, you could even look at this area here and just say maybe this part by this in itself. It's kind of like three overlapping channels, right? So we've got one channel here, we've got another channel that is here. It's like here. You even could bring it up a little bit higher. We can see price bouncing around, and then we can see another channel, maybe you could say maybe around here even. So once you draw these, this is why I love technical analysis, right? Once you know how to mark up a chart, it gives you a much better, clearer picture of what's happening with price, right? So now that we've done this, it doesn't so much look like there's a bit of bearish movement. It looks like there's three different sections of sideways movement, right? So we've got this first section here. Now, of course, we've got a few little spikes outside of price in this area here and a little bit out of here. If we're looking at the overall shape of price, we're basically seeing it's a consolidated market if we're looking at price.
Consolidated with the quickness.
Right? We can see price bouncing off of our support resistance all over. So this is really, again, indicating to us an overall sideways market. However, having said that, the overall trend of price is still more downwards bearish than anything else, right? If looking at the overall trend of price, the overall bearish side of our score. So if anything, you know, it's a bearish market that has long patches of sideways movement. So sideways bearish, but a little bit of a pullback here, but then a long stretch of bearish. In fact, if you look at this whole section here, all of this is just bearish movement. It's just downward. So if you're looking for any sort of trend in terms of just price itself is just giving us bearish price movement, right? So for that one, you have to say that was bearish. Right. So then if we move on to our moving averages, we can see that again, this moving averages is giving us the same story. We look at this section, which is our first section that we divided up in. We look at all of three of our moving averages, the 20 simple moving average, the 50 simple moving average, and the 200 simple moving average. And we see all of them are basically entangled amongst each other.
Entanglement.
An entanglement?
Yes, entanglement.
They're all entangled because they're moving sideways. This first little bearish activity, it drops down, and then we get separation. Then we get this next drop down in bearish price movement, and that's when we get our first complete separation of all three moving averages. With the 200 simple moving averages at the top, 50 and simple move below it. So that's a complete bearish alignment. So for that section, it would be bearish. But then we see price immediately pull back as entanglements coming again.
Entanglement.
An entanglement?
Yes, entanglement.
Yeah, we got our sideways to bearish. So this is giving us the same story that our overall shape of price gave us. All right, let's move on to our next indicator, which is our key pivot support and resistance levels, which are these green and red dashed lines, green being the resistance lines and red being the support lines. We can see that again, these lines coming at the same measures. Then we see this drop down, and we see this here and a drop down, and the same thing occurring here again. So we're seeing again three different stages of price movement, again moving sideways, drop down, sideways, move down, sideways. And you know, it's creating these like channels or these lanes with these moving averages. I mean, with these key pivot support and resistance levels, excuse me. And then our next one, we're going to look at the focus on investing trend filter, which gives us an idea of what the trend on price is, green being a bullish trend and red being a bearish trend. And we can see in these sections here, we're going for green, red, green, red, green, red. And that's because we're moving sideways. It's fluctuating between the green and red. And then we see these red patches. These red patches are the bearish price movement when it drops down, pulls back, bearish price movement when it drops down, pulls back, bearish price movement again. So it's mostly bearish when we're looking at our trend filter. It's most that we're looking at. The odd patch of green when price, retraces or pulls back a little bit and then goes back into red. So again, this is saying red. So remember, we've got the sideways bearish, then sideways bearish, again sideways bearish, and this is mostly bearish in terms of trend filter, right? Then if we look at our individual candlesticks, let's remove our trend filter. Let's zoom into price a little bit more. What is our current price saying? Well, we know that the overall trend is bearish. Instead of looking at the candlesticks, right? And we're not really seeing much price movement. Again, we're just seeing, there's a long trade of bearish price movement here. You see, if this was our final trail, we can see that, okay, the trend is at the end, and we've got a row of, bearish candlesticks. All of these red candlesticks would indicate a bearish candlestick movement, right? But instead, we're seeing it coming back green. Then we're seeing red. Then we're seeing green. Then we're seeing red. Then we're seeing green. So we're seeing really a bull and a bear fight going on here. 1 minute it's green, next minute it's red, next minute it's green, next minute it's red. And we're seeing these back and forths. We want to see a clear trend or clear trail, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 red candles in a row. So this would be a good opportunity to go short. But here it's pulled back and we're seeing this bull and bear fight. And, you know, as trend traders, we like to, you know, pick one animal that we can ride to glory. And when we're having a bull and bear fight, no animal can run off to glory. So again, we're having mixed signals or mixed reactions. So again, we're looking at price movement overall is sideways to bearish. The moving averages is sideways to bearish. The pivot support and resistance levels are sideways to bearish. The trend filter is looking mostly bearish, and the individual candlesticks are back and forward. So I guess you would say overall, you're looking really at, you could say bearish. But in fact, I would say that no one's really ruining this, and this is actually really just a consolidated chart.
Consolidated with the quickness.
So if you're looking to get into any opportunities, I would say that the next thing would be to look for another price movement like this, which is a row of red candlesticks. Again, we know that it goes sideways and falls down, goes sideways and falls down. I'll be looking to, you know, enter into the next opportunity to ride this wave of little bearish candlesticks as price goes down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to see any more technical analysis videos, you can look at either of these technical analysis videos on the screen. Thank you for joining us, and take care.